Hey everybody, welcome to my garden. Decided to do something a little different here. Usually talk about my car and working on something with the car. And this year I'm doing some videos of the garden. Do a garden every year pretty much, but just decided this year I might post a few videos. And right now what I have in is a couple of rows of tomatoes. Different varieties. I have plum tomatoes and some beefsteak tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, and at the end of the one row here closest to me, I'm going to move over a little bit there. That row I have a few leaf lettuce plants and some squash in to kind of fill out the row. Don't like to waste too much of the row. If I can squeeze something else in there, I usually do. And to the right here I have my broccoli, cauliflower in. I don't know how well that'll turn out this year. Generally I plant in the fall because the spring turns to summer here fairly quickly in North Carolina. And the broccoli and cauliflower do not tend to like the heat so much. So we'll see how it goes. I always have the fall to plant a new crop if this don't turn out so well. And at the top of my garden there is where my strawberry patch is, but more these days a weed patch and probably will get cut under pretty soon. I'll try to harvest whatever strawberries I can get out of this year and start with a new bed. Up in that end there I also have some sweet peas growing. They're not quite that high yet, but I will be putting up the nylon rope trellises soon, and I don't think I'll do a video on that. It's not all that exciting to watch. It's just driving some poles in along the row and supporting the nylon rope trellis on the poles, but this way it'll allow me to easily harvest all these sweet peas. And next to that I have allocated several rows, about 6 rows for my bush beans. I have 2 rows already planted and they're starting to sprout up, so it's time to get some more rows in. I try to stagger my planting so I don't become overwhelmed with too many at one time. And we put them up. My wife will can them, and we'll have fresh string beans throughout the year. And usually how we do that is every 2 years we can the string beans, so I grow quite a bit, so I have enough for 2 years and then grow a new crop. And swinging back here to my right, you can see my water spigot coming into view here. Put that in several years ago. Just made it a lot easier instead of me having to drag a hose out here to the garden for my wife to water. She gets the watering detail. I do the planting, the weeding, and she's on watering detail. So made it easier for her. She don't have to lug 200-300 feet of hose around. I also have a garden to the right of me in the back that also I have water ran to now. So it makes keeping the garden watered a lot easier. And I got some more rows marked down here for sweet corn. I do have a few rows planted already, and have to get the rest of them in real soon. We put up a lot of corn too. My wife freezes it, and generally I stagger it to a bit also, but not as much, because the corn doesn't seem to come in quite as heavily and quickly as the beans always do. And then at the very end there I have half a row of potatoes. Just trying them out this year. I don't know, I might be a little late getting them in. It is already the middle of April here, so might be a little late. And past these trees there's another garden on the other side, which is a fairly large garden like this one, and basically that's dedicated for my sweet potatoes, watermelons, cantaloupe, anything that spreads out quite a bit. And you may notice in the background here of the garden I have fruit trees. They're pretty much done flowering. The peaches have already flowered, set fruit. I've got about 1 spray into them so far. And the apple trees and plum and pear trees are over here. And the apples are just about done blooming, so they'll be ready for a spray soon too. And going to try to get out here later today, run my cultivators through the garden. I've not used them before, just got them this year for the tractor. I do have a rototiller, but it's kind of on its last legs, so I'm going to give the cultivator a shot this year. And might post a video of that. That's going to be a bit of a learning experience. I did do a little testing with it in the back garden, but the real test is going to be trying to get down the rows without taking out half the plants as I'm going. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I won't want to post that video depending how my results are. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and have a good day.